Okay, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Let's Connect Now. You have your favorite hosts. What?
Let's see if people remember who you are. No.
Oh, she's a little under the weather because she still likes to throw jabs. It's okay. It's Monica.
You know what? My voice, I've been definitely under the weather, but, this is not going to hurt me.
Oh, my God.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because we have something really important to share with everyone. Because I guess, just this whole month, it really makes me really excited for what's about to take place. And something that,
too.
I don't know how many cities do celebrate, Hispanic Heritage Month. But the more we get into it, with our celebration and what we have in store, I get super excited because there's so much more to explore about Hispanic Heritage Month.
No, I love it. I love the fact that we are now Hispanic Heritage Month. And I'm excited. Even though the kickoff is September 15th, is the legit September 15th through October 15th. But you know what? It's still Hispanic Heritage Month. I consider it. And yes, as we do the episodes, we start to dig in deep more about the different things that people highlight, more people and find out more about our culture.
We discover so much more. For me, it's like this. The fact that I am a Hispanic woman, and...
You are?
Of course.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
And all the great things that I feel that I've done, in my lifetime that, have gone unrecognized, I want to bring them out to the surface. And there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean that I'm conceited. It doesn't mean that I'm this. But, I feel accomplished, in so many ways. I feel that you being a Hispanic male, sometimes we don't recognize all the things that we've done because we just do it. We just do what we do and we love what we do. But I think it's time that it gets recognized because, that's what Hispanic Heritage Month is for us. We want to recognize, all those folks that are doing great things in their communities. Like we have, two Hispanic mayors that we know of, Azusa and Irwindale.
Yes.
We got to meet them, and they're great guys, doing great things, right? And we just really want to give that big recognition, to our heritage. Whether we're born here or in Mexico or in, other parts of Central America or, wherever, all Latin America.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I definitely want to. I love this month. I've grown to really love this month because of being
to embrace it.
Yes,
too.
to embrace because of what we've been doing. We kicked it off 2 years ago. We didn't know what we were doing. The mall asked us, and we were like, you know what? Yeah, let's just do it. And then the second year, it took off. It got a little bit bigger. But this year, we plan to even make it bigger.
Yes.
And to be able, if you are an Hispanic person in some type of influence, or you're in some type of leadership role, or if you made an impact, we want to hear from you because we want to recognize you. Yeah, we want to highlight you, recognize you, let people know exactly what you're doing within the community. So please hit us up and let's make this a great month.
Yes, not just that. What's been really super cool is the sponsorship.
Yes.
How many sponsors this year are coming forward, to really support what we are doing. And one of the things that I'm very proud about is that this event is ours here in this community of West Covina.
Yep.
It is our event, GWC, Greater West Covina. And not just that, I really want to acknowledge our team, the team that we have brought in, not just for Hispanic Heritage Month, but that are contributing to making this event even great. And I want to highlight them because I think they play a huge role because without them, we wouldn't be able to do the things that we're doing. So I want to, just make mention of Chicana Hollywood to mention one of them, Jimmy Gonzalez, who is going to be doing all of our production. Right along with our producer right now, Aiden.
Aiden will be out there doing his thing as well.
Yeah.
And he got a new haircut, guys.
Yeah, that's why he got a new haircut.
So yeah, him, and then we have Blanca Castro
we have Blanca
with
Castro.
Skies Presents. Skies Presents, and we have Hazel Media and Marketing, and then we have Clear Choice, and we also have Zeal Productions. So there's so many people, being a part of this to make this.
Plaza West Covina being,
Plaza West Covina is always supporting
the venue,
us.
The wonderful venue that we are utilizing. Yeah, you guys would see, our flyer up in the marquee pretty soon, But thank you to everybody who has sponsored us. Oh my God, I can't wait for you guys to check out, our flyer, pass it around. We're also going to be, guys, alongside of the 60 freeway on one of the marquees from Ford of Puente Hills.
Yes, they're gonna put us up there too. So, guys, you'll be able to wave at Monica from the 60 freeway. Woo!
I'll have a QR code there so you guys can scan it, so I know you watch me.
Oh my God! She's not playing either, guys. She's gonna make me put the QR code. Even Aiden's nodding yes because he knows it's gonna happen.
Yeah. No, we really want to extend a huge thank you, of course, to Plaza West Covina for the venue, for the
the opportunity of allowing us to do
partnership on this event, and being a huge sponsor of this event. Because without this venue, we wouldn't be able to.
No, it's a prime location, a prime area. Everybody loves the fact that it's going to be here, and so but. We got to take a quick break, but, when we come back, we do have a special guest as well.
And before we go, I have my final words, too. If you are a business and you're looking for opportunities, to be highlighted in a huge way, and you want to be a sponsor of this event, don't hesitate to please give us a call, send us an email, because you know what? You want to be part of this celebrations. It's a whole month of wonderful celebrations, so we can't wait to see you guys.
Yes. So coming back, we got Hedi from Puente Hills Ford coming on and sharing a little bit about some of the great things they are doing within the community and some things they have just for you. So we'll be right back.
Affordable self-care from professional massage therapists and estheticians. It's what we do. Massage Envy, where better begins.
Hey everyone, this is Danielle with Prospectors Federal Credit Union. Just checking in with you guys, see how everything is going. Also wanted to share we have some amazing summer CD promotions right now. You guys have worked hard for your money. Your money needs to work just as hard for you. So come check us out. Check out our website. We're at www.prospectorsfcu.org, or you can visit us on our Instagram at prospectorsfcu, or give us a call, 909-396-9688. You want to reach me directly, you can get me at my extension at 2240. Come see us. We want to go ahead and share all of our promotions we have, especially with the CDs. We have a 5% APY for 5 months. We do have an 8-month at 4% APY, and we even have a 12-month at 4.5% APY. You want to know more? Come see me. See you guys soon. Bye.
Let's Connect would not be possible without the support of our sponsors like Massage Envy with 2 locations, West Covina and Diamond Bar. Of course, our friends from Prospectors Federal Credit Union with also 2 locations, West Covina and Diamond Bar. From our friends from Med Spa Deluxe LA with also 2 locations, West Covina and Rancho Cucamonga. And let's not forget our friends from Suburban Water Systems, here in the city of Covina, and also from our friends from Plaza West Covina. Thank you so much to Plaza West Covina for being a great supporter and sponsor of our show, Let's Connect Now.
Also, let's make sure we support Black Widow Investigations. If you need an investigation team because you have a case that's going nowhere, call Black Widow Investigations. Also, we are a proud supporter of the No Chance Foundation. If you're looking for a nonprofit organization making a difference within local communities, look up No Chance Foundation. So everyone, let's support these sponsors as they support Let's Connect Now.
Megamix Expo, San Gabriel Valley 2025. Connect with industry leaders, business solutions workshops, elevate your brand to new heights. Don't miss this electrifying 2-day event. Join us March 12th and 13th at the Santa Anita Park, Arcadia, California. Secure your spot now at megamixexpo.com.
Okay, everybody, we have a great guest with us today on Let's Connect Now. We're really excited. We just met, but I think we've clicked like really well. We have Hedi.
Yes.
Hedi with Puente Hills Ford. That's right. So Hedi. Sorry, guys. I've been having a hard time lately, and I'm over here asking Monica like the whole weekend, making sure because when you meet somebody and it's different. I've never heard your name like that, a name like that.
Yeah.
So it was a little different for me.
It's actually Korean.
It's Korean.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
So it's not very
Just in
common.
case you thought she might have been Filipino, she
Right.
is Korean because we thought she was Filipino. So Puente Hills Ford, right here located in the San Gabriel Valley. Because we got to hear a little bit about your background.
Yeah.
Off camera,
Right.
You shared that. I mean, don't let her looks fool you guys. She knows how to work on a car.
Yeah.
So, explain a little bit about your background and how the whole automotive got into your life.
Sure. So let's start with I've been in the automotive industry for about 23 years. So I started when I was like 6. But started off with actually my ex-husband. Him and I, we started dating. He was in college. He was an engineer, and he liked tinkering with cars. And as he continued to tinker on with cars, he kind of made it into a semi-profession where he drag raced vehicles.
Okay.
Flipped up his Honda, did exhaust systems and really weird stuff like that. I then naturally took it into a business. I said, hey, if you're winning these races, we need sponsors to pay and participate. And that kind of trickled into a business. And then we'd go out to events, and then there were scouts there from the OEM manufacturers. So Honda was one of our biggest sponsors. They
Nice.
sponsored the vehicle. And then we continued on with different OEM manufacturers. We started working with Hyundai. We worked with Ford, Porsche, Aston Martin, McLaren, So in the process of running a small business, there was a need for not only learning how to tune vehicles, but also making parts that did not exist for the current chassis.
Right, because everybody's always wanting to upgrade it in a certain way.
Right. And back then it was like the aftermarket world wasn't so
Yes.
large, so you would have to creatively make headers or creatively make some sort of intake for your vehicle. Or
Is that why like a lot of dealerships and even they got mad and they started saying like if you mess with this and it's an off-brand, we will no longer the warranty's invalid.
So what ended up happening was the big boys from CARB came in, and California is notorious for CARB, where they want to put, it's a little sticker that says, hey, with this number, you're legal. And what that means, it's you're legal, meaning smog legal, CARB legal, et cetera, et cetera. So, they started stepping in. It's always a money play for me, I think. They're like, these little companies are making money. We're going to have big OEM companies come in and say, hey, I'm going to mass produce these products. And they go through a rigorous system through SEMA. There's a CARB system. And you get a serial number, and they go, okay, now you're legit. So you won't get tickets and stuff like that. But there's ways around it, obviously. With everything in the world, right? So moving forward, we had to make some, I learned how to machine parts. I learned how to do SolidWorks and AutoCAD. Learned how to build an engine. Wow. I learned how to design and develop high horsepower engines. So you'd call me and go, hey, Hedi, I have a 2.3 liter Honda, and I want to make 1,000 horsepower. Then I tell you, okay, we need these pistons, we need these camshafts, we need this turbo with this size, and just kind of build the whole thing for you. So
Wow.
And back in the day, it was really hard because it was in the 90s where like import models were there. So
Everybody had a very low car back in the 90s.
Yeah, but
Mufflers
then,
low.
Right. But then coming back to me, they would never take my advice because they're like, why are you talking about, I want to talk to your manager. And I'm just like, what is it that you need? And they're like, well, I want to build my car and this, and that. And I'm just like, I can help you. So it's kind of really hard for me to get past that stigma. A lot of my clientele did come from the Midwest, so it was even worse. But it wasn't until I would talk about like different EMS systems, engine management systems, like you need to run a Haltech or a Motec or AM or blah blah blah. And they're like, oh, she actually knows what she's talking about, right?
Because you're a young lady and like in a men's industry type thing. So
Correct.
I want to talk to somebody that really knows
Yeah,
this or something.
Exactly. So those are some of the adversities that I faced in growing, right, within the automotive business. And then business started going well. I started, didn't know how to drive a stick. So I
don't think a lot of people know how to do that.
I didn't. And I was just like, I want to learn how to drive. So I picked up a Honda Del Slow, I'll call it, Del Sol. It was a 2-seater beater bucket, and I taught myself how to drive stick in our business complex.
Nice.
I'm like, I'm going to figure this out. And really funny story. Not a lot of people know this, but I had an engineer named Hideki, and he was into road racing. So all I was ever exposed to was the quarter-mile drag racing, when you go straight, right? It's whoever finishes first wins, right? But then they have all these different types of road races where you kind of go through courses and channels and stuff. And I never understood it. And I had this party at my house. It was crazy. All the industry people were there. They were all drinking and stuff. And Hideki's like, let's go race your car tomorrow. And I'm all, okay. I thought it was a great idea, right? Because, you know, everyone's all having a great time. So here comes 6 a.m. He's hungover. I'm hungover. We both drive. I shouldn't even be saying this. We boot drive to the track, like Tweedledee and Tweedledum, right? And I'm just like, okay. So we go on the track. We start going onto the track, and the inspectors are like, stop. I'm like, oh my God, what do we do? He goes, you haven't even teched your car. Like, so what you're supposed to do is show your helmet, make sure the helmet is not, you know, it's still not expired. You have the proper seatbelt harnesses. They put a number on the side of your car in case you violate anything or
so
you
they
crash. So they know who you are, right? So anyways, we start doing that, and we go and we start driving, and he's like, speed up, slow down, brake. And I was just like so frustrated. I said, no, this is not for me. Didn't touch it, right? So 2 years go by, and I get a call from, I think it was McKenna Porsche. And they said, come out to the Fontana Infields and test drive these cars to see if you want to purchase it, right? So, okay, let's go. So as I'm doing that, I'm talking to the instructor, and I'm asking him questions, because now I'm having flashbacks of like when I was doing the little course. So he goes, just go straight. And then he goes, brake really hard and turn. And I was like, why brake there? And he's just explaining to me the physics. And he goes, you know what? He goes, I've never tried this, but do you want to drive? And I was just like, can I? He goes, yeah. I drove the car, and he said, wow. He goes, you're a really good driver. You should consider going. He goes, I've never said this because I've instructed for 32 years. He goes, you need to go to Atlanta to the Porsche Experience Center. We didn't have one out here at the time. And I said, whatever. So I just kind of, whatever, brushed it off. The following year, did the same thing, and they continued to, like, tell me, you need to go. Long story short, I eventually didn't go. But I eventually started racing and started test driving OEM cars for different manufacturers.
Nice. So when you raced, did you go to places like the Irwindale Speedway?
Oh yeah, I've been on that track.
On that track.
Sponsored me at the NSX. Did 0 to, let's see, I did that 8th mile in like I think 8.5 seconds.
Wow.
It's pretty fast.
Wow. Yeah, because right now I have a good friend. They race bugs.
Yeah,
so
those are amazing.
Yeah, they go and stuff because right now, I mean, as you see these kids lately, it's fix up the cars, and that's in right now a lot.
It is, but they're so limited. Like vintage vehicles, like bugs with carburetors, and you could put these different crazy carburetors and big engines, and they weigh nothing, and they just launch. They're rear-wheel drive. They launch and they kick your ass. You have these newer cars, you're limited because everything is so electronical, right? It's very hard to tune and flash the ECU to trick it to go because it's all safety now. Back in the day, it's like...
Oh, no, yeah. We used to have cars called hoopties and stuff because they were so heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't modify that. It was heavy. It was considered a tank.
Yeah.
If it hit one of the cars these days, it would just demolish this car. But, so, it is crazy because you got into the whole industry, and usually a young lady like yourself would get into something because maybe their father or their grandpa
I have
somebody.
A quick story behind that.
Okay.
I hated mechanics because my father is an immigrant, ended up doing or learning how to work on cars and became a house call mechanic. Numerous days nobody knows this really. I would sit in the back of this Ford blue van, and he would work on cars, and he would come home and his hands were always greasy and dirty. It was just, I hated it. I was like, I would never. And here I am today.
And here you are today. Yeah, doing
it.
exactly. We're like, oh my God, I hate it. Yeah, and because my father, he's a diesel mechanic.
Oh,
so he's a diesel mechanic, and he wanted us to get into the field, and my brother eventually did. He got into the field and stuff with him as well, and then he just gravitated towards my brother more because they're in the same industry, they're doing the same thing. They could talk the tools, and everything. Because right there, I'm like, what? What do you? What? I don't know what that is, But my dad said the same thing that you're saying. That back in the day, it was easy to work on the trucks. Nowadays, it gets a lot harder because of all the computerized stuff.
Yes.
So he had to retrain himself as well because of all the computer type stuff. Absolutely. So I understand, like you said, like now it's more like I didn't have air conditioning for like a year in my car.
Okay.
Because they were telling me I had to do all this crazy thing to my car.
Yeah.
And then I took it to one of my friends where he just opened up the little box, and it was a fuse.
No way.
Like $20. And everybody else wanted to charge me like thousands of dollars.
Dead.
And it was a fuse. Isn't that crazy?
It's usually the case. That's like the first thing you do is go check
Yes.
fuses.
So it's crazy. But that's amazing that you got into an industry. And what's good about, I mean, yeah, your ex-husband, he's the guy like, yeah, we're going to raise. But you're like, okay, we're going to do this as a business.
Absolutely.
And that's what I love, the fact that you said that, because you were already thinking, as an entrepreneur, like, wait, this is, yes, because some people take it as a hobby, but you're like, hey, no, it's going to be a business. We're going to do this because, we can make a lot of money off of it. Yeah. And you've also shared that you've done a lot of other things as well. I mean, you're a woman of many trades. You've done a lot of great things and stuff.
I've consulted for businesses in the automotive sector where they were like, hey, can you help me out with marketing, or can you help me out with building the business, making it more profitable, trimming the fat, as they say. I've done a lot of stuff like that. Done focus groups with.
But what is the marketing? How is the marketing in those type of more like in that field? I should say.
Yeah, absolutely. So the way that the trends are today, as we sit. 10 years ago, we would have never thought that social media or TikTok or YouTube or all of these web-based type of platforms would have succeeded, because we weren't privy to that. It was traditional marketing. It was like newspapers, postcards, flyers, advertisements, commercials.
Right.
And so a lot of these big businesses in the automotive sector are trying to now dive into the world of social media because they see how valuable it is.
How it's switched now.
Correct. And also, they're the older people in the businesses, they're uncomfortable with it because they don't understand how it works. So going back to how this ties in with myself is that even with my personal business that I had with my ex, we focused heavily on social media. And the reason why is when we sold Porsches for $250,000, right?
Ooh.
Completely modified.
Wow.
Upgrading all of the technology and stuff like that. We were catering to the kids. Why? They can't afford it. No, but they can tell their dads who has the same Porsche in the garage saying, Dad, look at this. We can do this to your car, and get exposure that way. So the youth is what we targeted heavily on, because they can spread information so quickly. Same like now, a lot of automotive industries, they're trying to dabble into like Instagram and YouTube and stuff like that. But the more traditional individuals are focusing on like LinkedIn, but
the professional. Because I do have a good friend, maybe you've heard of him, Concrete.
Yeah.
So he is sponsored by AV Chevy. And they're out there in the valley.
Yeah.
And they do a lot of funny videos where he comes in and he does a lot of funny videos. Is there? I started because sometimes you do video, social media. I ran into people where like real estate or certain type of mortgage people. Oh, I got to put my number. I got to be careful. I got to do this.
Yeah.
So there's really no limitation or anything. As long as you keep it clean stuff, you guys just start doing videos and start putting them out.
I think whatever's catchy, right? In order for something to go viral, it has to trigger an emotion, a feeling, some sort of spark, something that is going to go, oh my God, I need to share this with somebody, right? So whether it's so funny or it's scary or it's, super sad, whatever emotion that it invokes that will allow it to be shared, I think it will be a great platform, whatever it is.
Right. So Puente Hills Ford.
Yes.
You're Puente Hills Ford. And so right now, what exactly are you doing, or Ford is doing, the dealership is doing in Puente Hills to get, because right now they just sponsored, I'm able to say it, right?
You can say
they sponsored Hispanic Heritage.
Yes.
Because in this whole SGV, I mean, it's Hispanic.
Yes.
So that's a lot of the people, that's a lot of the clientele is Hispanic. So what is Ford doing right now since the whole thing has been switching?
Sure. So Ford as an OEM manufacturer have always wanted to give back to the community. And I'll talk a little bit more about that on the tail end of this discussion. Puente Hills Ford, though, especially, we have new owners.
Okay.
And these owners are not the typical car dealership owners. And there's a stereotype and there's some stigmas that come with that, but they're not. And they're genuine people who really want to give back to the community.
That's good.
So my goal is to execute that, right? It's like, Hedi, I want to give back to the community. They come and support our dealership. They purchase cars from us. Why not give back? Why not go out into the community and share? You know, what more can we do to help and share and be with you guys as one? So that's really my goal, is to enforce that. On the flip side of that, when I said earlier about for giving back, so we at our dealership currently have 2 big vans. They're called mobile service vans.
Right.
And what these vans do is, we understand that, you know, you guys have to work during the day, teachers have to work during the day, nurses, doctors, business owners, they really don't have time to take their cars to do basic maintenance, oil changes, recalls, air filters, tire rotations.
Because sometimes they get off work and you're closed.
Tired. Yeah, we're closed. They're tired.
Yeah. They gotta wait for the weekend, but then they want to spend the weekend doing something
with
else.
Their kids.
Yes.
It takes like 2 hours.
Right.
It takes a long time. Logistics, and it's dirty. So what we do is we come out to you.
Nice.
With these vans. No additional charge. You call it in. You can call me. You can schedule it on the website, and we'll come out to you and do those jobs while you work or while you're at home.
Nice.
So it's like a mobile service that comes out.
So you just make a call, you come out. By the time I know it, you're done.
Done.
You're done,
And the great thing about it is it's very, very, very environmentally safe. So how that is performed, like an oil change, there's
explain that. You said to us last
excited
time.
about that. So
no, it is. It's kind of interesting.
It really is. So are you familiar with the dipstick?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not Monica. Yes, go ahead.
I'm sorry, Monica. So you check the level of your oil,
right?
And in doing so, what we do is we have huge compressors inside of the van. We have a big oil tray that stores the oil, and we have different fillers. What we do is we use a mechanism that goes through your dipstick. So into your dipstick, the mechanism goes like a long tube. We suck all of the oil out, and then the same way we suck the oil out, we insert the oil through the same dipstick.
Nice.
So you'll never see a drop of oil at all.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, and that's what I love. I love how you guys created that, because it's being innovative. You know, it's like the windshield. You know, when people crack their windshield, they come out, they fix your windshield, boom, it's done.
Right.
And now you guys are taking it to another level by doing that.
Yes, a different level. And again, it's to give back. For me, time is my biggest, hugest asset, right? So if I can save time and make things more efficient, then it's going to create a lot more opportunity for other things, right? For business owners, for people who work. It's just easy.
Right. And let's talk a little bit more about it, because, you know, if someone wants, is it the mile radius from Puente Hills Ford? What is the mile radius?
Probably go about 30 miles.
About 30 miles? Okay.
30 miles, I think.
That's good.
40. It really depends. If I have a fleet, like different cities also use us.
Okay.
If I have a fleet or a business that's like, Hedi, I have like 40 vans, but we're like 40 miles away. I'm like, you know what? Fine. I'm going to go there. We'll take our 2 vans. We'll knock them all out. That's not a big deal. So there's always exceptions to the rule. I mean, if you want to use our service, just give us a call.
And I like that, because businesses out there, you guys that have, you know, a lot of employees, I mean, you could utilize this service as well, right? To schedule where they will be out here this time, and you guys don't have to even leave. You schedule with you guys. You guys could go to a business and take care of them, because you guys do it for law enforcement and other
we have cities,
agencies.
We have schools. We have school districts.
Right.
We work with law enforcement. We work with a lot of different entities, and even smaller businesses. I mean, if you're like, I have 5 cars and I want to do that, leave the keys with the receptionist. We'll schedule it. We'll go out there and get it done.
I like it. I like it.
Super
Wow, that's so cool. And I love the fact, because when you did come to the GWC, that was the first thing you said. Look, we have this new program,
Yeah,
and
I'm
we
super
want.
passionate about it.
Yeah, well, it is. I mean, and you said too, it doesn't have to just be a Ford.
No. Thank you for bringing that up. It's all makes and models.
Wow.
So my technicians are SCE certified. They can work on any make and model. We also get the OEM part. Let's say you have a Lexus. We'll get a Lexus filter, you know, oil filter for your car, genuine parts for your car, and we fill it with either full synthetic or semi-synthetic oil.
Nice. So yeah, see, you work on all cars, guys. And girls, they work on all cars, because, you know, sometimes people are like, well, I don't have a Ford, so I'm not gonna. I can't.
No, any make or model.
I love it. I love it.
Right.
So what are some other things that you're doing currently right now? I mean, that's a big thing, making it convenient for the locals in the area.
Sure.
What's some other things that you've been doing lately to give back into the community?
Absolutely. So I've done a pet drive. With a local pet.
I remember you saying.
With a local no-kill shelter. And guys, I did not know how expensive it is. I opened up my big mouth and said, the dealership is going to pay 100%.
Whoa, man. We got to bring it back.
Oh, God. And the adoption fees were like $500 a pet.
Wow.
So I kind of,
my
but it was a great day. A lot of pets were adopted. It was a
Nice.
great day. I've done some of that at the dealership. I recently had a blood drive that happened a couple of Saturdays ago. And I didn't realize we were at a critical state. So apparently in the hotter months, people don't want to donate blood. It was like a weird
interesting.
thing, 'cause they were willing to take anybody. And they're like, please donate blood. So the timing couldn't have been perfect. Also, too, at our dealership, our owners are putting together this thing called Petra Cares. It's a nonprofit foundation, and I didn't know this statistic, but they say that 8 out of 10 children that come out of foster care end up in trouble. They end up in jail, they end up dead, they end up doing drugs. A lot of bad things happen to them. So, because there's no more after that, right? Where do they go? What type of coaching do they have? Who takes them in? They're adults. Right. So what this program does is we are going to host, I think we're going to start in October, we're going to host 12 students in a classroom setting upstairs. We're going to teach them about life skills, skills to survive, and also we're going to give them a skill set, meaning they're going to learn how to become loop technicians. And once they graduate the 3-month program, they're able to have a certificate that states that they are certified to be loop technicians.
Wow.
And any dealership in our area can hire them and give them a job. So that's our next biggest project that we're working on.
Wow, I love it. I love it because yes, you're helping these young kids because sometimes kids they get into trouble because they have a lot of time on their hands. That's what it is. And they don't have the resources to learn new trades.
Foster care, I mean, they've gone through the system, and once they are out.
Oh, when you're 18, they kick you out.
They kick you out.
You're done.
Where do you do? Where do you go? How do you get a job?
They
don't know.
I have my 2 younger half brother and sister. They were in foster care.
Yeah.
And when my brother turned 18, the lady called me and said, "Hey, you want to come get your brother?" And I'm like,
"Yeah, right.
Why?"
Right.
And you're right. They're like, "Oh, he's out." I'm like, and it hurt me. Like, wait, you're gonna kick my brother out? I didn't know it.
Yeah, imagine what it does to the person who now has to face the world. This child who has to face the world. They're still children, and they're what do they do? Where do they go? How do they get help?
There's nothing right after that, especially if the foster parents are not getting involved and really helping to set them up to the next stage in their life. When they're 18, it's like, oh, well, here, government's not paying for you no more.
Exactly.
Bye. And it's like, wow, that's the craziest part. But I love the fact that you're able to do it. Are you planning to take that to where maybe you take it to a lot of seniors or people that are high school that, like, what are those community fair type?
Like
job fair type.
You know what? I don't know what.
But for the young people.
Yeah, I don't know what that syllabus is going to look like.
Okay.
To be honest with you, what that course is going to look like. I just know that we're going to start it this year at our dealership, implement it, and kind of be the guinea pig for this program.
Okay.
And if it succeeds, we're going to try to implement it into other dealerships and kind of maybe incorporate. And it just takes, again, it just takes 1 or 2 students at a time that we can impact and change their life. And it's like a domino effect. That kid could have been on the in jail or could be dead somewhere, but how I view it is we've saved their life, and they can continue to give and pay it forward.
No, I love the fact you're saying this because we are involved. We did something at Coronado Continuation right here in West Covina, and they have Career Day, so they're always asking us to invite businesses that that maybe give that opportunity to these young kids that they might not know that was a field that they could go into.
Right.
So that's why I was like, oh, that's pretty good. I like that.
That's interesting. I'd like to explore that with you. See.
So I like this. I mean, because like when I first met you, I was like very impressed because I don't work on cars, guys. I don't like getting my hands dirty. I am a computer guy. Even my dad told me one time, he said, "You're not a real man. You don't work on cars." And I was like, but you're not smart because I work on computers. I literally told him, I go, well, you're not smart. I work on computers. I ain't dumb. Right. So, but me and him got into it. It was our little beef. But it's just amazing that you got into this whole field, and just knowing that, I believe Ford Puente Hills should be proud to have someone like yourself.
Thank you.
Because since you've been here, the 2 times now, just seeing your passion for it and what you love to do there, I mean, is there any, like, one day you might want to own your own
Oh my gosh,
dealership?
everyone's asked me that.
Because you're like the one doing it. I mean, wow.
The answer is no. I don't think that, for myself personally, owning a dealership is rewarding enough for me as a human being. There's a lot of layers that go through into running a dealership. And this is my first time actually working for a dealership.
Oh, okay.
So having my own business, being in the automotive sector, having a private business versus now working for a dealership where there's a lot of different layers that happens. I don't think that's my calling, but you never know.
You're saying no now, but you never know.
You never know. Yeah, you never know. But yeah, it's been fun and it's been very different. I'm thankful to have a position there because it wasn't where I had envisioned myself per se to be, but I've made a lot of impacts and changes, and I've met a lot of nice people, such as yourself and Monica, the staff. Yeah, and I'm super excited about sponsoring your Hispanic Heritage Month here, the GWC, because I feel that our core demographic of our dealership at Puente Hills Ford is mainly Hispanic people, and we adopt the culture. I mean, when Fourth of July, but Cinco de Mayo came, we put the flags, we had a taco, taco guy came, and just really, really, again, paying homage, paying respect, and saying, thank you. We're in your community. What can we do to support even more? So
I love it. So I want to know. I mean, maybe you have something off the top of your head or stuff, because there's things that maybe the consumer might not know, but there's things that might, you have the opportunity right now to tell them, like, hey, just give us more time. Because, when you're on the inside, so sometimes, like me, I go to the car, my wife's like, hey, take the car to the car dealership. I get mad at them.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys aren't doing this, you're not doing that. But what are some things that you could share, like, hey, just relax and
So what I can say is that make sure you find the right salesperson.
Nice, I like that.
To serve you, because not everyone's going to match with personality-wise, right? So number one, if you feel like the salesperson is not for you, there's no chagrin. Just go, hey, I would like to talk to somebody else.
Nice.
I think that in itself will kill 99% of your
and you'll have a better
fear.
experience.
You'll have a way better experience, because now you're talking to the salesperson, you're telling them this is what I want, they're listening to your needs and your wants, and now they on the back end are like, oh, okay, I can get this for you,
right.
and they're fair with you, like, okay, this is my budget, this is how much I want to spend, and this is what I want to do. And
nice.
Car salespeople, they're always going to want to do a deal with you, right?
Yeah.
And believe it or not, this is the truth. A lot of times we do lose money on cars just to get the cars.
The inventory out.
And that's a secret that I should not be telling you guys, but I am. At Puente Hills Ford, we have
at the beginning of the month, guys, you guys gotta go get your cars.
We have lost deals, but But when you come to me, I do everything. So I can sell you a car, I can sell you a commercial fleet, I can upfit a truck, build you a truck if you're a landscaper or a tow truck driver. I can build any of those trucks that you need with lift gates, with ladder racks.
Nice.
I can also upfit transits. So there's a big, bus-looking vans. I can make them into locksmith packages. I can make them into I can transform anything that you want. So I can do that for you, build you a vehicle, a truck, and I can also send out service to get your car service. So if there's anything you need, and I can sell you a personal car. I have friends that come to me, hey, Hedi, I want to buy a car. They know that I'm going to be fair. I'm going to be very upfront, transparent with the numbers, and it just works out.
I love it. So where do you see Ford Puente Hills in the near future? I mean, and I know you have a plan, a goal.
We do. Our goal is to expand. We're currently looking at another building to take our commercial side of things off-site, so that our dealership can focus mainly on passenger vehicles and serving the community with the trucks. But our big trucks that we have that we deal with, like with the cities and stuff like that, we're going to have a separate bay, a separate area, so that they have enough space and room to just focus only on commercial trucks.
Nice.
So that's our short-term goal as we sit.
I love it.
And for the community, we have a lot of things planned. We're going to do a lot of things within the city. I have
with us.
Yes.
We're doing a lot of community outreaches.
Yes. I'm already thinking of brainstorming about how we can do stuff for the holidays, maybe a toy drive or donate turkeys or something like that, right, to give back.
Yeah, no, definitely. So I know where Puente Hills Ford's at,
Yeah.
but where can people find you? Where are you located? Hours of operation, all that good stuff.
Sure. So we're located in the City of Industry off the 60 in Azusa. And what else? It's right there. You can't miss it.
Off of Azusa and Azusa and
Gale.
Gale.
Azusa
Yes.
and Gale, yeah.
Azusa and Gale, and they could find you guys Monday through Sunday, right?
Yeah, they're open, from like 9 to whenever the last customer leaves.
Nice.
7 days a week.
7 days a week.
Right.
Website?
PuenteHillsFord.com is our website. I have a personal Instagram that I don't share, but I will with you guys. Only because I like you guys and your fan base. So my Instagram is Hedi Moto. It's HEDIMOTO.
Hedi Moto.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on.
You're
I
welcome.
really appreciate it. And I love the fact that, if you ever have any, deals or specials going on, love to have, those specials here on the platform as well.
Yeah,
Giving them
you
out.
know what? And now that you're saying that, we can work something out so that your listeners,
Okay,
if they
that'd be nice.
want, a service or some sort of purchase a vehicle, get you a nice discount.
No, definitely.
To support.
So we got to create like a GWC type of, code.
Yeah, for your listeners, absolutely.
Yeah, no, definitely. So when people go over there and say, oh, hey, I saw it on GWC.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, we'll
Yeah,
take care
or
of you guys.
just send them to me, and I'll take care of it.
All right,
myself
great.
personally.
So you guys, once again, thank you. We got Puente Hills Ford in the studio, and they are a sponsor of the Hispanic Heritage Month. So they will have a table. They will be giving out some Hispanic Heritage
we're gonna
type of
have a
free
lot
goodie
of
stuff.
swag to give
Yes,
out.
and information to give out too about the mobile service that you guys
Yes.
are providing as well. And we'll have more of that as well. We will be posting that on our social media platforms. So any last words?
No, thank you for having me. It's been fun.
Yeah, that was cool.
And I hope that your audience learned something or took away something from this discussion today.
No, I believe they will. I really liked it. I learned a lot. I'm not really a car guy, but I learned a lot. But hey, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget, every Tuesday, 6 p.m., Facebook and YouTube. And we will see you guys next week.